been on some V-I-N-O. You just a kid. Killed the shit? I think I did. Hold up. You in the presence of a king. Hold up. Killer flow is what I bring. I said, hold up. Yo mama geeking to my beats. I said, hold up. I got the presence that she needs. Needing dairy on the daily, pull up in the whip. Short-sighted bad cut, and you lacking drip. This some child's play, boy, you are just a kid. You were just a KID. Child's play. Lack and drip. I pull up in the whip. You just a kid. Playtime is over. You in the presence of a king. You just a kid. Kill the shit? I think I did.
Alright, so that was Vino. Oh man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Vino lately. We just watched the Florida stuff that he was in. He made it all the way to the small final battle. I think he won that ultimately, so he came in third for Florida. Yeah, so seeing that compared to this, completely different kind of format, obviously. Florida being live, this being an online competition for the first part. This is, it's funny because Vino was actually supposed to be in the BBU, which takes a lot of inspiration from the BBU, obviously, just looking at it. So potentially this is what we could have gotten if he were to be in the BBU. Obviously the message of the round itself was directed towards Jollux, and I can't remember who he supposed to battle. Actually, I think he was supposed to battle Stitch in the first round. But anyway, the round took a lot of inspiration in the fact that Jollux was a kid. Obviously, that was the whole entire theme of that round in particular. Maybe a little bit overdone. I liked the jabs at the beginning. After, as the round went on, it got a little tiring. But the round itself, Vino, very good technical beatboxer, very good beatbox battler, and this kind of style here, definitely in that vein that we're kind of used to seeing from him. So yeah, I think this is a very solid round. I think it's a very safe round from him, because I know he is capable of some crazy things. This one seems a little bit more safe on his side. Very well structured though, very good tech again. So I don't know, I think Jollux can probably do something good with this kind of round. I think this is actually a pretty good matchup, to be quite honest with you, for Jollux. Not saying he'll win ultimately, we haven't seen this round yet, but I think this is a very good matchup for him. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to see what Jollux comes up with, and I'll have a more concrete opinion on Vino's round once I see Jollux. So let's get right into it.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Bro, have you seen this new drink called Vino? Bro, it literally goes crazy. I have it right here with me. Every time you take a sip of it, boom. Bro, it goes crazy. Like
Like what?
Boom. Like, watch. I'm gonna take a whole sip. Watch. Oh, just sipped on some vino. Just get ready, cause your point is new. I'm gonna chase you, come at you, view. No escape, yeah. There's just no time to escape.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, very solid routine from Jollux. I feel like I've heard this one a lot, though. I've heard Jollux a lot recently, so that's probably why this is so, like, you know, familiar in my head, because I've seen this routine so many times before in the past. But with me saying that, you know, it's okay to reuse routines, but if you're going to use it for, like, most competitions you're going in, it's going to lose some of the impact that maybe you'd want it to have. But yeah, with me saying that, every time I do hear him do this, his cleanliness and like his structure of it is just improved significantly, and that just comes with a lot of practice and having the right mindset, right? So, yeah, I think overall, other than that, I think again, Jollux is very, very good. Vino was very good as well. Very good matchup for Jollux. Also, very good matchup for Vino. Also, to be fair, with me saying that, it's tough. You know, I like the messages, the message in Vino's, although I do think it was a little bit overdone. He kept using it all the way through. This is tough. I do like Jollux's kind of opener there, and sorry if you hear the dog barking. My apologies. Yeah, this one's tough. This one kind of reminds me, not style-wise, but when I watched Sonus versus Rye. I can't remember his opponent's name, sorry. But, yeah, ultimately when I watched that, I kind of came in with the same kind of feeling. I didn't really know exactly what to think immediately. Ultimately, I did give it to Sonus because of, like, technical kind of reasons. But, yeah, I think, man, it's tough. Both of them are very well structured. I think Vino's was a little bit more powerful and impactful for what he was trying to do. I liked Jollux's dig a little bit more because I felt like Vino's kind of like rag at him being a kid was funny the first time, but then it just kind of get tiring as he continued it through the entire round. And I don't really know exactly the criteria that you're using to judge. If they're just going solely on beatboxing, I think I would give it to Vino just because of the impact that it had in terms of a battle, and the fact that I've heard Jollux use this routine many, many times before. So yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I'm just gonna not give a concrete answer here because there's too many different factors, I think, that would come into play, and I don't really know fully what the judging criteria is for this. But yeah, this is probably the first one that I probably not really know 100%. But if I was forced to, I'd have to give it the Vino, I think, very slightly, by a very slim margin. So, yep. Anyway, let's move on to the loop station battle. This sounds familiar. Yeah, alright. Yep. Used this at the German Beatbox Loop Station Champs last year. I think against Chaos in the semifinal. Alright, so that was Slether. That was his routine that he chose for the first round against Masashi. Man. Yeah, so I've heard this one before. Like I said at the start of it. Very good round. I think it's honestly one of his best battle rounds that I've heard from him for sure. He has a lot of really good routines. Some play out a little bit better for like wild cards. But this is one of the routines that he has that plays out very well for a battle. Obviously, the lyrics in itself kind of being catered more towards directing towards an opponent, if that makes sense, I think. Don't really know what the message is overall or what the lyrics are about, but the way that I interpret it, it's very well suited for like a kind of battle format. I don't know if that's what his intentions were, but yeah. So the second drop though was different from what I remember, and that caught me off guard. I was expecting it to kind of just play out entirely like it did initially when I first heard it, when he used it against, I think, Chaos. And also, if you want to see my reaction to that initially, it's on my channel. That's my very first reaction to this routine ever from Slether. So yeah, very solid round from him, I think. If I didn't hear that before, I think my reaction obviously would have been better. Hearing that for the first time would be absolutely mind-blowing for sure, especially in this kind of an environment where you get as many takes as you want that time allows, and you can kind of perfect it in that way. So yeah, crazy routine from Slether. Very good choice to use. Yeah, so very curious to see what Masashi comes up with. He's a very underrated loop station artist. In Masashi, I don't think a lot of people know who this guy is, and I think if he comes in with something that I've seen from him in the Circle Jam videos on the Japanese Loop Station community channel, this is going to be an absolutely crazy battle, I think. So yeah, let's see what he came up with. Ooh. Oh, it's this round, it's this routine. that was Masashi. Yeah. In the back of my mind, I was hoping he'd do this routine for a couple reasons. First, I haven't heard it. Like, I've only heard the last portion there, the second drop portion that he used in the Circle Jam video that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so I was kind of hoping I'd hear this one just because of one. First reason is that I didn't hear the entirety of the track before until now, and it's absolutely crazy. It's such a banger. Secondly, I just think that after hearing Slether's round and the fact that he chose to go with a more battle-oriented kind of routine, me not hearing a lot of Masashi and hearing this routine, the portion of this routine, especially the hard drop, I think this would have matched up against Slether quite well, because it's also more of a battle-esque kind of round, kind of showcases like incredible technicality on the loop station and very hard hitting, very satisfying to listen to, and kind of groundbreaking, honestly, to be quite honest with you. Very unique in the kind of style that you've never heard before, and yeah, he's just kind of innovating what you can kind of do with the MK2 here. I think someone said in one of my reaction videos for the Japanese loop station Circle Jam, when they heard Masashi's, they said that it's one of the more impressive MK2 rounds that he's ever heard, and I have to 100% agree. Like, after hearing the full-fledged track, knowing that that's just on an MK2 solo MK2 device, yeah, the innovation is just at the highest level it can possibly be. So with that being said, compared them round by round, I think that both of them have a lot of their own kind of strengths. I have to give credit to Slether. I think the musicality obviously was better than Masashi, but that wasn't the point of Masashi's round, I think. So they're both in their own kind of vein, although they do have some slight overlapping in terms of like the kind of idea and vibe that they're going for. Yeah, they're both in their own kind of playing field, so it's hard to compare them side by side and see who did what better in each kind of individual category. So, man, this one's tough. I can see reasons why they'd go with Slether here, and also see reasons why they go with Masashi. So if you're asking me, I think I'd have to give it to Masashi because of how innovating the round and it is in of itself. Very unique, and you don't really hear that much from anyone. I think Slether arguably has a more better put together cohesive track overall. I think it played out more fluidly. It made a little bit more sense. But man, Masashi's round is absolutely a fucking banger. Like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Imagine seeing that live. Like, just imagine. He's I've only seen him like 3 times now in 3 separate videos, this being the 3rd time I've heard him. Absolutely nuts. Like, one of my favorite Japanese loop station artists already. Like, just kind of further cementing what I think of the Japanese loop station scene. I've always said that Germany had probably the best scene, but now, like, after hearing more of these Japanese loopers, I don't know, man, I think they're pretty even. And this is really funny because Slether is obviously representing Germany. I don't know if he was born there, but he's representing the German region, obviously being the German loop station champion last year, and going up against someone from Japan who's very well unknown in the general audience of the loop station scene. So for some people, it's like, you know, the David versus Goliath thing that Dr. Slow Sweat did against Saijo. But yeah, Masashi is no joke. He's the real deal for sure. So tough. I can see it honestly going either way in terms of the official judges. For me, I'd give it to Masashi though, for innovation reasons and enjoyment of listening, and obviously I enjoyed Slether's as well a lot, but something about the Masashi round for me was very special, and I think it deserves a win, honestly. So anyway, that's it for the videos. If you enjoyed what you heard, leave a like on the videos. Links in the description if you want to support me. Leave a like on my video. You can sub to my channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next beatbox reaction video.